Hello, this is Nick from Prestman Auto coming to you live at our 2020 Toyota Tundra. So what I'm going to do is we're going to walk all the way around. We're going to look for any dents, any scratches, any kind of blemishes here on the outside. Then we're going to go inside, go over some of the features, make sure everything's, working properly. And then finally, we're going to pop the hood and evaluate just a little bit in the engine bay, just for good measure. So first impressions, obviously it's raining sort of snow sludge on us, so just bear with me there for the checking out the car. That being said, I'm not seeing any rock chips or anything up here on the front, which is good because that's usually where you would see them. So starting off really strong, it looks great. But let's start going around and see if there's anything that we can find. If there is, I'll be sure to stop, zoom in, make sure you get a good visual so you know everything going on. But tires on here are in great condition, so that's awesome. One other thing I want to mention is all the seams up here line up very, very well. So that's good. Get the new grill up on the front here, so that might be why there's no rock chips, which is nice. But everything up here is looking ship shape. So let's keep going around. You do have the running boards down there, so that's awesome. Love that. It is the V8, the 5.7, which, everyone loves. That's cool. Looks like you have a little bit of a scratch right in there and a small chip right there and right there. So nothing major, but nonetheless, good to know, good to know. Do have the tow hookups in the back there. Bed liner up in here, so that's pretty sweet. All right, well, honestly, as far as the exterior goes, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. It looks really, really nice. But let's hop inside and see what we can find on the interior real quick. Oh, there we go. All right. First things first, we got to turn it on. All right, so just keeping the camera up here so we can kind of check out, see if there's any warning lights or anything. There is one. We have the seatbelt light on, which, that's obviously correct. But other than that, everything up here looks super solid. Let's look at a couple things real quick, just to be sure. So the one thing I'll mention, so the average fuel economy on here is not going to be super accurate because it's been being idled on a dealer lot for a little while. So when they park cars, they'll turn on a bunch of cars and then move them one at a time. So that means this car is left on and not driven a whole lot. So I would refer to what it says online. This one gets gas mileage a little bit more than what it says at the moment. But other than that, everything up here is pretty straightforward. So good stuff there. No messages in there. And a couple fun stuff. All right, so as far as features go, you have quite a few of them. So I'm gonna go a little bit fast just for the sake of time. But starting off up here, you're gonna have your pre-collision system as well as your lane departure warning. This is most of the stuff up here is just gonna be your basic controls. You got audio, volume, as well as how you toggle this up top. Over here, you have your mirror controls. So let's make sure that's working real quick. They are heated side mirrors, so that's awesome. Love that as well. This comes with the blind spot monitor, which is pretty sweet. Your basic stuff, windows rolled down, that's pretty self-explanatory, but still good. There's me, what's up? Other than that, you have your four-wheel drive and some of your towing and hauling stuff, so that's pretty helpful as well. I don't know what you're planning on using it for, but if you're wanting to tow, you definitely can. Audio system's actually really good. That was surprisingly loud. But yeah, other than that, down here you're gonna have a couple extra plugins, some parking sensors, and on and on. You actually have a butt ton of plugins, so that's pretty sweet. Your AC, technically it's your heater because it's cold right now, but it is working beautifully, and on and on. So you're gonna have a little extra room and some plugins down there. As far as the interior condition goes, it's honestly really freaking good. I'm not seeing any rips, any dents, any tears, any stains, any discoloration. Really anything. Like, it looks awesome. Back seat, same story, very, very well taken care of, so that's fantastic. And then up in here as well, looks great. So we can go over features all day, but for the sake of time, we're gonna call that there. Let's pop the hood on the engine bay. We'll check that out real quick, and then that should be good for this video. So real quick, while we're out here, here's a really brief look around some of our lot. So over there down at the end is our official building, and we actually go down quite a ways past that building, so you can't see all of our cars. What you see right now, the couple rows here, is probably, I don't know, like 30-40% of our cars. So we sell more cars here than any independent dealer in the state. We've been around for 33 years, which, I don't know, you don't have to know that. That's not like pivotal, but I do think it's nice to know a little bit about who you're working with, you know? Anyway, so you are obviously more mechanically inclined than most, so good job. That being said, the basic things that I always tell everyone to look for when I encourage them to look under the hood is just basic signs of neglect. So the three things are A, acid buildup around the battery, B, rust in any of the metal pieces up in here, and C, you want to see if there's any like cobwebs or, you know, an ocean of dust, or like basically anything that would lead you to believe that the car has not been looked at in a while. That being said, this is actually really, really good. There is a little bit of dust on it, but what I will say is the dust that's on here, you can see, like, I don't know if you can see in the video, but there's little fingerprints on it, like people have been touching it and going through it, which is actually a really good sign. So you know a little bit more than most, so I won't pretend to know more than you, as you are a mechanic, but if there's anything specific you'd like to see, just let me know. I'm more than happy to show you anything on here. But for now, suffice to say, this is exactly what you want to see when you look under the hood of an engine bay. So if you have any other questions, or there's something that I missed that you wanted to see, just let me know. I'm happy to show you anything on here. But for now, this is your new Tundra.